Boop. Alright, video gamers. We have successfully completed another fantastic video game made by some very wonderful, awful people that just like tormenting and causing havoc. Obviously, disclaimer, I hate horror games. I don't want to play them. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be part of them. I don't want them on my Steam list. I don't want them on my stream. I don't want to be here. With that said, I feel like we're Resident Evil 4. I think Resident Evil 4 has more crunchy, satisfying, and maybe horror-esque combat. And I'm bringing up Resident Evil 4 because we played it right before this. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other horror games too, but I feel like where Resident Evil 4 kind of failed in terms of like an intriguing universe and an intriguing storytelling. I feel like Dead Space really succeeded on that. Otherwise, there's a lot of similarities between the two games. I think the enemies and the enemy variety in this were good from our perspective. I think they do a good job with like the body horror. And I guess the AI director is actually, like, while I think that is awful from a enjoyment perspective, because I don't like being scared, I think it did a really good job of making sure that I never felt safe anywhere in the game, including the save rooms, which is, you know, there's definitely something to be said. I think the frustration mainly for me is like, I would like walk out of the room real quick and be like, oh wait, I forgot something, and like walk back, and then it would respawn like 3 enemies. That's a bit frustrating, and I guess like from an ammo perspective, was definitely a lot of, felt like there was a decent amount of resource scarcity in this. But I think that's mainly because I chose to not use certain weapons, and had I used those, then that probably wouldn't have been too much of a problem. Though needs to be said that chainsaw gun, that thing, super awesome, great weapon. Would 10 out of 10 would recommend just upgrade the hell out of that. You will save so much ammunition in so many situations. Like the ability to just kill 5 enemies with that instantly, super good. So definitely would recommend that. I think they do a good job with like the weapon variety too. Enemy variety is great, weapon variety is great. The fact that you can like upgrade your weapons in different paths, that's cool. Once again, I think as per general, like stuff like rate of fire and ammo capacity are pretty boring and uninteresting upgrades. Like, do they do something? Sure. Are they generally that useful? Not really, right? Like, most of the time, your rate of fire is not going to be relevant. It's not going to be the deciding factor between living or dying. And same with ammo capacity, right? Like, most of the time, your ammo capacity is not going to be a huge contributing factor. But here, they kind of, like, make you upgrade into that to get all the stuff, which that's okay for me. Same with the suit upgrades, like, the stasis stuff and the kinetic stuff, that's cool. I think that's actually, like... There are useful mechanics in the game that the game lets you use to fight, but also let you use to do puzzles and to explore the environment, which that's awesome, cool, good job, honestly. I think from like a balance perspective, the stasis field is insanely overpowered, and any area where you're fighting and you can like refresh the stasis field, the battles just don't exist basically. I think, right? Like, as long as you can just stasis enemies, refill stasis enemies, like there's not really a challenge there, but who cares? I think the combat is like super satisfying in the game. It feels good to cut enemies' limbs off. It feels good to explode them. It feels good to point blank shoot them with a shotgun. It feels good to tear them up with a chainsaw. So that's cool. I think and like I said while playing it, I would probably I probably would disincentivize players more from backtracking. Because ultimately, as far as I could tell, I might have missed some areas, and that's entirely possible, but as far as I could tell, the game actually naturally backtracked you to those areas anyway. I feel like if you're one of the people, which is what I consider doing, which is like, you're like, oh, I unlocked level 2, let me go back to every area. And then you're like, oh, I unlocked level 3, let me go back to every area. If you're that person, you're probably going to be a bit disappointed when you run all the way back to a level 3 door, you fight 40 enemies to get there, and then you get like 3 ammo. And that's what you get. Especially since you'll return to that area later through the game. I would probably make that clear or disincentivize people from traveling back. Be like, hey, there's no reason to backtrack in the game or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe just disable it. And the same for yeah, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, I decided like, oh, I was like, oh, there's level 2 door and level 3 door here, so I'll just return when I have the level 3 key. But you also have the master key, so I waited for that as well. And but it never forced me to really backtrack at any point, so that's awesome. I like that. I don't mind backtracking, but in a horror game, I don't want to backtrack if I can avoid doing it. So it's cool that they kind of like naturally gave you incentives to go back to these areas where you mostly just got ammo and weapon upgrades, but that's, you know, those are cool. You know, graphics and music, whatever, it's good. It's not really stuff that I care much about, so I don't have much to comment on that. At least not in this game. I care about music in general, but I guess from a horror perspective, they do a good job in this with the like the horror ambiance. Like, you always hear stuff in the distance, you always hear stuff banging, you always hear people screaming, you always hear things crawling around the vents. It does keep you on edge, and that's you know, that's probably what a lot of people are looking for. Personally, not my jam, but that's probably what a lot of people want from their horror games. So if that's what you're looking for, you'll probably have a good time. And I think as with the like, a big part of the reason I play some of these games, even though I hate them, is that I am hoping for a good narrative. I'm hoping for a good world, and I think Dead Space kind of excels there. I think you know, if this was a standalone game, I think it does enough to set up a cool universe with some unanswered questions, where there's some eldritch beings and the obelisks that control people and force physical body mutations on them, and does it get explained in Dead Space 2 why they want us to return the obelisk, but that thing on the planet is also trying to kill us while we're returning the obelisk? I don't know, that seems a bit... I'm not sure I understand what's going on there. I hypothesize that, like, since humans made the obelisk, there's like maybe 2 entities or something. There's like the entities that created the original obelisk, and then there's like the human entity, and I don't know, they're connected, who knows, but that seems a little bit weird to me. I don't know exactly what they're going for there, but I like the world building, I like the unitology stuff, I like the stasis stuff, the science operations, I like the way the mining rig works, I like the Eldritch Horror stuff, like all that stuff is great, so all the like mind-bending stuff, the like weird text, it does make me want to play the next game, and it does make me more curious about the universe, so that's obviously a really good job from them. There was very few parts of the game where I felt like stuff didn't make sense, and I would say, like, you know, unlike Resident Evil 4, the narrative had me hooked in this, which is awesome. I guess the only thing that was stupid was like the Havoc, Harmony, whatever, that ship that arrived with all the soldiers on it that knew about the obelisk and what it can do, and they were like, oh, let's just open this escape pod. That seems a bit stupid to me, but, you know. Other than that, I would say pretty good. I would say strong gameplay, whatever graphics and audio, whatever. Good, great story, good story, intriguing story. So overall, pretty cool experience. Oh, flashbang. Dead. We didn't play the franchise, but I'll just make this Dead Space. Oh, I wanted to play that this year. Hey, look at that. We did it, Reddit. Let's quickly look at how long to beat. Because I had for the entire franchise, so it's what, it's 12 and 30. Alright, on the Endaline rating, everyone. 10 for masterpiece, 9 everyone should play this, 8 good experience worth playing, 7 good play if sounds fun, 6 alright play if you like the genre, 5 average, 4 still functioning game, 3 barely worth playing, 2 everyone should avoid this, 1 no redeemable qualities. I think overall I would rate this slightly above Resident Evil 4. I think I like the gameplay in Resident Evil 4 a little bit more, because I think it feels more crunchy when you're like shooting enemies and like headshotting them, and maneuvering and stuff feels a little bit more mechanically satisfying, while this one feels a bit more gory and brutal, I guess. But I like the story way more in this, and I like the characters, and I like the setup for it, so I think I would boost this. I think I would boost this like by 1 or 2 points. I'm debating between just a straight 8 or an 8.1. I think an 8 is fair for Dead Space. I think we'll put it in the straight center. We should write the remake here, so we're clear on that. I guess the non-remake is a different game. 89, nice. Oops. No, streamed, yep. Played. Cool. Alright, let's put the last game on the... Oh, time spent playing, let's look. I think we were at, what, like 15 hours? Just about exactly? 17.8. Good timing, honestly, because this is like dog walk time, almost exactly. Alright, we'll add the final game to our list for this year. Alright, everyone, that's gonna be it for me for today. That's it for that's the last stream of the year. Incredible, incredible video gaming year we've had. We are going to have our end of the year stream probably on Sunday. I might do it on Saturday, but I'm going to say Sunday to be safe. So that's when we're going to be doing our end of the year stream, where we go through all the clips from this year. We talk about all the games we played, and we rated them. We judged them harshly based on how much we enjoyed them, and then if you have time, I guess we play video games. So, but the plan going forwards is to play some shorter games. I have 4 short games that I have lined up that should be short. I don't know if they are or not, but they should be short. That I want to play. Once we're done with those 4 short games, we're going to jump into some wheel spinning, because we have a cool wheel here that have a bunch of suggested games on them, including some games that I put on here. So we'll be spinning the wheel. I'm thinking we spin it like 10 times. I'm talking like we're going to spin the wheel to really stack that game list up. And once we're done with that, I might play some more shorter games, or I might jump into a big game. That's to be determined. Oh, we will also look at games, plan what games to play on Sunday. So that's going to be like part of the thing, is to look at what games are coming out, what games we're thinking about playing, and yeah, that should be fun. On Thursday, we are going to jump into a game that I played on the 24-hour stream. We're going to play Potion Craft, Alchemist Simulator. This video game that was a lot of fun. I don't know how long this game actually is, but I had a ton of fun with it when we played it, so should be a fun experience. New version available. What the hell? No, they're updating it. No. Oh god. Well, listen. Wait, did these guys make backpack battles? That's gonna be it for me. Love you all, appreciate you all. Hope you had a fantastic video game time. Oh, maybe we can raid someone since I ended so late. I'll be back regular time on... Have a good one. No, you have a good one. Doggy treat? I'll be back regular time on Thursday at 10:00 North time, playing some Alchemy Simulator. If that's your jam, come hang out for that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your end of the year. Have a great New Year's. They're about to get food anyway, but I guess they're really excited about treats. If you're new, feel free to stream on Discord, good stuff. Also, please go check out Sophie, super cool streamer. Super appreciate the raid from her. She plays a lot of games like the one we just played. She plays horror games, strange, weird-ass indie games. All the things that people love and enjoy, so... Oh. There. Oop. Running over to our friend Motus. Actually, I should do like New Year raid. I guess Motus is doing his New Year show today. Crazy, crazy stuff, huh? He only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Wait, oh, this is a lot of games. Okay, he played a lot of regular games this year too. On top of all the retro games, crazy stuff. But yeah, that's it for me. Love you all. Appreciate you all. I gotta go walk some dogs. Hope you all have a great rest of New Year. See you guys in a couple days on Thursday. Keep farting fouls. Bye bye.